here today. The series founded a few years ago by John Winter with a few of his colleagues from the old Toyota MR2 Championship. We just heard from Dave Hemingway about that. So the grid reads as follows. 52 Stephen Slawson is in pole position with 88 Harvey Kersley alongside him. The son of Alex Kersley, who runs Kersley Motorsports, graduate of the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Second row, certainly the best name in my opinion here this weekend, Johnny Rocket in number 117. Sounds like a superhero, doesn't he? He's on the second row, had a good run through from the sixth row of the grid to take third in the wet yesterday. Starts alongside Matthew Watson in the number 12. Row 3, 33 Michael Evans and 77 Nathan Boyle in the car that Nathan Williams took to a number of wins last year. 87 Neil Hurren on the fourth row alongside treble 6 Mark Eales, the ex-Metro Cup racer. And on row 5, Ben Wilkinson in number 10. His race spoilt by a spin at the chicane yesterday. Starts alongside 75 of Dan Fletcher. Then on row 6 of the grid, Hazim Zaki, the Egyptian-born driver in number 19. Now he finished second on the road in yesterday's race, but he got a penalty of 9 places for some contact in yesterday's race with Dan Fletcher, so he was penalised back to finish 1 place behind Dan. Starts alongside the number 5 of Dave Hemingway. We just heard from him. Regular rally man in his Escort. Row 7, 26 Roger Owens alongside 51 Paul Lorry. Then on row 8, 44 Tim Prince, that's the Golf liveried car, alongside 46 of Mark Worsley. Row 9, Eddie O'Kane in number 9, the man behind YourIrishShop.com, supplier of Irish food in the UK. Starting alongside 43 of Sean Jones. Son Adam Jones raced that car last season, taking it to a few wins. Row 10, Jason Jesse, number 37. He's raced a few different cars this time. Peugeot 206s, he's raced a Toyota Celica GT4 as well in the old Nippon Challenge series. And he starts alongside Terry Gallagher, the man from Zimbabwe, raced in the UK, former short oval racer. Behind them, row 11, Spencer Hirons, number 65, and 69 of Darren Swift. And number 17, Wayne Rockets, making his annual outing here at Thruxton. He seems to come back into the Coupe Cup every year. Father of Johnny Rockets, sadly pulled off into the pits in yesterday's race. He starts from the rear of the field, so watch for him coming through from the back. You could say with a rocket at the back of the grid, watch for fireworks from the back maybe. Green flag waves at the back of the grid. Then this will be a 15-minute race, the OT Publishing Coupe Cup with Toyo Tires. Drier conditions, so less sideways action, I'm sure, from them today. Red lights are on, and away we go. Good start by Stephen Slawson from pole. Watch for Johnny Rocket from the second row of the grid in the 117. Neil Hurren's got away well too in the 87 car, the orange, black and white machine. Tim Prince in the middle there in the Golf liveried cars, trying to squeeze between Roger Owens and Mark Worsley on the run towards the complex for the first time. And Wayne Rocket, the green and white car there, has got a good start from the back. He's already made up a few places, but it's Stephen Slawson in the clear into the complex for the first time. Harvey Kersley's made a slightly poor start. He's lost a few spots in the number 88s there, the red, white and blue machine. Ben Wilkinson a slow getaway as well. He's lost a bit of ground. Dave Hemingway in the navy blue car, I think that was, bouncing over the curbs there. Running wide, Wayne Rocket gets a bit of grass. No, there's Dave Hemingway, the navy car with the white stripes down the middle. So it was another car that bounced up onto the curbing. That was Hazim Zaki, apologies there. As they head out onto the back of the circuit for the first time. Mark Eales charging around the outside in the treble 6. A very quiet day for the Alton Park race winner yesterday. And so who's that going off? That's Tim Prince. He's going rally crossing. He's not going to get the car stopped. He's heading for the tyre wall. That's Tim Prince's race very much over. I think he'll have gone into the tyres up there, unfortunately, the 88s. The 44, I should say, there's the 88 of Harvey Kersley. So we'll wait to see if the safety car comes out as a result of that. Tim Prince has crashed out on the far side of the circuit. So the rest of the pack heads down into the chicane. Harvey Kersley very late on the brakes there, trying to get round the outside of Nathan Boyle. As Stephen Slawson leads Johnny Rocket. Third place is Matthew Watson in the number 12. Bouncing over the curbs there, Ben Wilkinson. He's not had a happy first lap here from 9th on the grid. Nathan Boyle up the inside, side by side with Mark Eales, 2 of our race winners this season. Yes, Wilkinson's lost 6 places. He's down to 15th in the number 10 car. And Steve Slawson continues to lead from Johnny Rocket in the 117. And big lock up there. Mark Eales very late on the brakes, but it's worked. Throws it past Nathan Boyle, or has he? Boyle back up the inside at the left-hander at Cobb. Behind them, Dan Fletcher, number 75. He had an absolutely storming first lap yesterday. He started 10th, got up to 2nd at the end of the first lap, and then contact at the chicane with Hazim Zaki sent him spinning, and he was back to square one. Zaki's just behind them there, the navy blue car, the Egyptian, but I think the safety car is coming out. I see yellow flags. Dan Fletcher nearly spun it again there as he tries to slow the car up. They're all over the place there on the back of the circuit as they try to slow when they saw the safety car boards. That'll be for Tim Prince's car on the far side of the circuit. The red flag is now showing on our timing screen. Yellow flag still out on the back of the circuit. Yeah, the red flag is now appearing. The race has been stopped. Green flag is waved at the back of the grid then. Take two with the OT Publishing Coupe Cup with Toyo Tires. Waiting for the red lights to come on. They do so. The revs are up. And away we go for the second time of asking. Great start by Stephen Slawson. Good start by Matthew Watson. And a brilliant start by Neil Hurren down the outside in the orange and black 87 car. Mark Eales tries to go 4 wide with Nathan Boyle, Michael Evans, and I think that's Hazim Zaki in there as well. Away we go towards the complex then for the first time on this restart. Slawson's just about held his lead. Neil Hurren with a bit of a lock up there in second place. Dan Fletcher moving up on the outside in the white car. Are they all going to make it round the complex okay? Looks like it at the moment. There is Hazim Zaki. I think that is going side by side with Paul Lorry in the number 51. But it's Slawson who leads. Hurren with a great start there up into second place in the 87. Matthew Watson in the pink car in third place. And Johnny Rocket didn't get the rocket start he wanted. He's there in fourth position ahead of Dan Fletcher. Harvey Kersley side by side with Mark Eales. Michael Evans in the purple and yellow. Number 33 is next. And Nathan Boyle has dropped back in the 77, the white and black car. They're out on the back of the circuit at the moment, charging towards Church Corner. Stephen Slawson, who was driving like he was in an ice race yesterday, was sideways on several occasions, but he hung on to take the win. Leads the way. Now here comes Matthew Watson in the Willow Sport car. Here comes Dan Fletcher, and in the middle, Johnny Rocket. They're trying to make it 3 wide for third place. It is 3 wide behind Neil Hurren, who moves across to take the line for the chicane. On his tail is Rocket, trying to get round the outside is Dan Fletcher. He's going for it into the chicane. There's a few lock-ups in there, but Fletcher's done it. He's up to second place. That's a great bit of driving over the curbs, and Johnny Rocket, I think, has been spun sideways. It was a green car that got caught up there. Something had to give in all that schmozzle, and it was Johnny Rocket who's gone. So Fletcher second, Hurren third, Kersley's up to fourth. Matthew Watson lost out there. He's in fifth place. I saw Michael Evans go over the curb as well at the chicane in the yellow and purple machine. He's disappeared from that battle. Let's have a look again. There were so many cars in such a small space. Something had to give there. And into the chicane. Oh, it was Nathan Boyle tangled up with Johnny Rocket, and that nearly took out Michael Evans as well. So Rocket's going to have to come through the field once again. This is the battle for third place now. Neil Hurren ahead of Harvey Kersley. The big winner into the chicane was Dan Fletcher, number 75, round the outside of everybody up into second. Harvey Kersley holding off Matthew Watson now for fourth position. Then a small gap back to Zaki, who has come through there into sixth position. And the other big winner there, Mark Worsley, number 46. He gained 5 places on that last lap and is up to seventh. Could be on for his best finish so far in his first full season in the Coupe Cup. Slawson leads by just over a second. There's the grey car ahead of Dan Fletcher. Neil Hurren under serious pressure here from young Harvey Kersley in the 88. Matthew Watson in the later shape coupe for the first time in this round. He's raced a Generation 2 car so far this season, the one with the googly eyes on the headlights if you're a regular viewer of BARC TV. It's Harvey Kersley to the outside, trying to do what Dan Fletcher did last time around. Very late on the brakes, but he's done it. That was a brave move round the outside of Neil Hurren. Very easy to overshoot there. And another car goes off. That's Paul Lorry sent spinning. And Eddie O'Kane spins in sympathy. Look out. That was close. Dave Hemingway nearly T-bones Eddie O'Kane. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Spin City at the chicane today. And that's in the dry. You can imagine what it was like if you didn't see the wet race yesterday. Not sure if there was any contact on the back of Paul Lorry there, possibly from Roger Owens. They were close. Neil Hurren holding off Matthew Watson meanwhile, so the order is now Slawson from Fletcher. In third place, it's Harvey Kersley. Fourth, Neil Hurren. Fifth, Matthew Watson. These five breaking away very slightly from Hazim Zaki in sixth position. Mark Eels is up to seventh. Then Worsley eighth. Nathan Boyle, three-time race winner this season, he's down to ninth. And Roger Owens rounding out the top 10. There is Boyle. He's got some damage on the right front of the car. He tangled, remember, with a couple of cars at the chicane earlier. Johnny Rocket was one of them. There's Wayne Rocket in the Your Irish Shop car going round the outside of Ben Wilkinson, who won at Donington last season. The only driver last season other than Adam Jones and Nathan Williams to win a race. Michael Evans has dropped to the back of the field meanwhile. I don't think he came through on that last lap in actual fact, so Michael Evans might be out of the race somewhere. Paul Lorry's dropped to the back as a result of his spin as well. These two duking it out for what is 12th place. Wilkinson up alongside Wayne Rockets, who was the top driver in the series a few years ago in the Rockets of Denmead car. It's making a one-off comeback as he does at Thruxton every year. While that was going on, look who's taken the lead. Harvey Kersley has taken over the lead at the chicane. Now, the young gun was hoping for his first podium this weekend. He's done that. Now looking for his first ever win in senior racing since moving up from the Junior Saloon Car Championship. He's ahead of Stephen Slawson. Running wide there, Dan Fletcher. Nearly loses third place to Matthew Watson. Neil Hurren's dropped back to fifth in the 87 following his flying start. Stephen Slawson fights back as